My daughter pointed at her teacher. "This is the woman my dad talks about every night." The room fell silent so suddenly that even the laughter of children seemed to disappear. Every parent turned toward me. The teacher's smile froze, her eyes widened in confusion, and my little daughter stood proudly in the middle of the classroom, pointing at her teacher as if she had just revealed the happiest secret in the world. In a voice loud enough for everyone to hear, she announced that this was the woman her dad talked about every single night. I felt my heart stop. The teacher looked at me with a mixture of surprise and embarrassment, while dozens of curious eyes waited for an explanation. I wanted the floor to open beneath my feet, but I had no idea that this awkward moment was about to change all three of our lives forever. Before we continue, if you believe kindness, second chances, and unexpected love can change lives, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring more emotional stories that touch the heart. 3 years earlier, my world had fallen apart when my wife lost her battle with a sudden illness. Overnight, I became both father and mother to my 5-year-old daughter, Emma. Every morning was a race against time, preparing breakfast, packing lunches, tying shoelaces, and pretending everything was normal even when grief followed us everywhere. I smiled for Emma because children deserve sunshine, even when their parents are drowning in storms. At night, after she fell asleep, I often sat alone on the couch wondering if I was raising her the right way. I worried constantly that she would grow up remembering sadness more than love. When Emma started first grade, she met her new teacher, Miss Olivia. She had a gentle voice that somehow made every frightened child feel safe. Emma spoke about her every evening with excitement, describing art projects, stories, and little moments that made school feel like an adventure. As a father, I was deeply grateful. I often found myself saying how lucky Emma was to have such a caring teacher. Sometimes I even wondered how someone could remain so patient with dozens of energetic children every single day. Without realizing it, those conversations became part of our nightly routine. Emma would tell me stories about Miss Olivia, and I would respond by praising her kindness and dedication. To me, they were simply conversations between a father and his daughter. I never imagined Emma interpreted them differently. Then came Parent Appreciation Day. The classroom was decorated with colorful drawings, handmade paper flowers, and cheerful messages written by tiny hands. Parents sat beside their children while teachers welcomed everyone warmly. I had barely taken my seat when Emma suddenly jumped to her feet, rushed toward Miss Olivia, and proudly introduced her to everyone with the sentence that left the room speechless. My face burned with embarrassment. Miss Olivia looked stunned, while the other parents smiled awkwardly. Before I could explain anything, Emma innocently added that every night before bedtime, her dad always talked about how wonderful Miss Olivia was. The silence lasted only a few seconds, but it felt like forever. Then something unexpected happened. Miss Olivia laughed softly. Her laughter wasn't mocking or uncomfortable. It was warm, genuine, and understanding. The tension disappeared almost instantly as several parents chuckled along. Emma remained blissfully unaware that she had nearly caused the most embarrassing moment of my life. After the event ended, I apologized to Miss Olivia for the misunderstanding. Instead of looking offended, she smiled kindly and admitted that hearing such appreciation was actually one of the nicest compliments a teacher could receive. Most parents only contacted teachers when something went wrong. Hearing that someone noticed the good things meant more than she could explain. That conversation lasted only 10 minutes, but it planted the seed of an unexpected friendship. Over the following months, we occasionally talked during school pickup. Sometimes our conversations lasted only a minute. Other times they stretched longer as we discussed books, parenting, and the challenges of helping children grow into kind people. I learned that Olivia had also experienced heartbreak years earlier after losing her fiancé in a tragic accident. Since then, she had poured her heart into teaching because helping children gave her life purpose. For the first time since losing my wife, I met someone who truly understood what grief looked like behind a smile. Neither of us tried to replace the past. Instead, we quietly helped each other carry it. Emma noticed the change before anyone else. She began smiling more often, laughing louder, and talking excitedly about weekends instead of asking why life wasn't like it used to be. Children have an incredible ability to recognize hope long before adults do. One rainy afternoon, my car refused to start outside the school. I was frustrated, soaked, and worried about getting Emma home safely. Without hesitation, Olivia offered us a ride. During that drive, Emma chatted happily from the back seat while Olivia and I laughed more than either of us had laughed in years. It felt strangely normal. Comfortable. Peaceful. Weeks turned into months. We started meeting at community events, school fundraisers, and local charity activities. Nothing was rushed. Nothing felt forced. Our friendship grew slowly, built on trust rather than excitement. Emma became the bridge between us. One evening, she asked whether people who had broken hearts could become happy again. The question stayed with me long after she fell asleep. I realized happiness wasn't something that erased pain. It simply gave pain less room to control your future. A year after Parent Appreciation Day, I invited Olivia and a few other teachers to a small picnic organized by several families. Watching Emma chase butterflies while Olivia laughed beside her, I noticed something I hadn't felt in years. Hope. Not dramatic excitement. Not overwhelming romance. Just quiet hope. The kind that grows one ordinary day at a time. Eventually, I told Olivia how much her friendship had changed our lives. She admitted that Emma had also helped heal parts of her heart she believed would remain broken forever. Neither of us needed grand promises. We simply kept showing up for each other. 2 years after that unforgettable classroom moment, I asked Olivia to join Emma and me for dinner. After the meal, Emma disappeared into her room and returned carrying a folded drawing she had secretly made. It showed 3 people holding hands beneath a bright yellow sun. Above them, she had written a simple sentence. Families can grow with love. Neither Olivia nor I could stop the tears. Months later, surrounded by close friends, grateful parents, and dozens of smiling children who scattered flower petals everywhere, Olivia became part of our family. Emma proudly walked beside her, happier than anyone else there. People often asked how we met. We always smiled before telling them about one unforgettable little girl who accidentally announced her father's bedtime conversations to an entire classroom. The story never failed to make people laugh. But behind that laughter was something much deeper. It reminded us that life sometimes writes better endings than we ever could. The greatest miracles rarely arrive with fireworks. Sometimes they begin with an innocent misunderstanding. Sometimes they begin with kindness. Sometimes they begin with one child speaking the truth exactly as she understands it. And sometimes, when 2 broken hearts stop hiding from the world, they discover they were never meant to heal alone. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who believes in second chances, and subscribe for more emotional stories that remind us hope is never truly lost. Before the ending, we have one special request. Tell us in the comments, what innocent words from a child have changed your life forever? We'd love to read your story. Life doesn't always give us the future we planned. Sometimes it takes away the people we love most. Sometimes it leaves us carrying burdens that feel impossible to bear. Yet even after the darkest nights, kindness has a way of finding us again through unexpected people, unexpected moments, and unexpected words. Emma's innocent announcement embarrassed me for only a few seconds, but it opened the door to a future filled with love, healing, laughter, and hope. And that is why I will always believe that even the smallest voices can change the biggest lives forever.